Welcome to the Curry and Coffee Podcast. This is the show where we take all of your topics and we discuss the top 5.
That's right.
Welcome to the Curry and Coffee Podcast. Start off this week. So you walk around cities and you see statues of famous people, notorious people all around, right? And they're usually people much older than you that you have no real connection to other than maybe a few athletes, correct?
Okay.
Coming from Zach this week, who are some people that are currently alive that you think there are going to be statues of?
Damn it. I was going to say Steve Jobs, but Steve Jobs is dead.
He's dead.
He's also a piece of shit, so...
Yeah, but like he was a helpful piece of shit. You know? That's tough, man. Like, do presidents still get statues? Like, I know, like...
Presidents or presidents?
Presidents. Like, we got, like, Abe Lincoln, the Washington Monument, shit like that. Like, old... But, like, where does that line end?
Are you asking, like, are they gonna carve a new mountain anytime soon?
That'd be pretty sweet. I
Yeah.
don't
Like
think,
Washington.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be cool, though, right?
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's a thing that now, if somebody made a Washington Monument, no, not Washington Monument, Mount Rushmore. If somebody made a Mount Rushmore now, like, everyone would be up in their arms. Like, that's
Yeah, it would never happen.
That's a taxpayer money that we're making faces with.
Everyone's too divided.
Ooh, what if we combine the wall idea with the new Mount Washington?
What's the wall idea?
Mexico. Build a
And
wall.
just put all the
presidents,
presidents all on a wall,
Just stack them across
looking
the board.
in towards Mexico.
That's right.
It's pretty racist, man.
I wasn't... I dug that hole myself.
What about here in New England, Tom Brady?
Ooh,
He's
I
gonna
feel like it has to.
he's gonna have a statue. Now where is the Tom Brady statue going to be? Is it gonna be Patriots Place?
It has to be. It
Right
has
in
to
the
be.
spot I got detained?
yeah, that'd be that exact spot. Yeah, it has to be.
Right outside of Splitsville. Out the moon.
I'm thinking like you know, right before you walk in Gillette, there's all that those grass fields. It's gotta be there. They gotta have a Brady statue there.
I think they're gonna put someplace even better though. Like
Is it gonna be when he dies, or is it gonna be when he retires?
it's gonna be when he goes into the Hall of Fame.
Ooh,
Okay.
Not when he retires. That's you never get a statue when you retire.
I've been to the NFL Hall of Fame. It was fucking cool.
It sounds awful.
It was actually really sweet. We were on a trip. There's a lot of heads of all the famous players. And
Yeah.
There's a lot of them. That was kind of weird. But
Do you even like looking at statues? Because I think it sucks.
like, I go 50-50 on it. There are some cool ass statues. There are some whack ass statues.
Like what?
Mount Washington.
But that's a mountain.
Made into a statue? In a way.
Mount Rushmore.
Barely.
I keep saying Mount
Yeah,
Washington.
exactly. I fucked it up out the
It's a
gate.
bumper sticker.
I fucked it up out the gate. This car made it up in Washington.
What about some other figures though, other than the dead presidents that we can't avoid? Like what about a Elon Musk, Zuckerberg, Obama? You think Trump will get a statue?
I'd be surprised if he doesn't already have a statue somewhere.
Sorry. I didn't mean to say Trump. Do you think our glorious leader, will get a statue?
I'd be surprised. Like I said, I'm surprised if he doesn't already have a statue.
Who else could get a statue?
I think Bill Gates. Because not only like did he do like Microsoft and all that, but like he donated like 97% of his salary to like different charities.
Yeah.
So I think like it's like humanitarian side of things. I think he gets some bonus points in the I'm gonna get a statue category.
I'm with you there. I got 2 Stevens for you.
Stephen Hawking.
Yep.
Ooh, that was a stretch. Okay,
Yep.
then
Stephen Hawking definitely getting the statue.
Steven Tyler.
Yo. If you would put Aerosmith as a statue, how do you have words? Like, I have so much malice in that statement. That's a statue I would break. Nope.
I just wonder how big his mouth would be.
The other Steven.
Spielberg?
Nope.
Jobs.
Ooh, no.
It's not Steve. It's not. That's not his name. So I'm sorry.
Plus, we already talked about Jobs.
Oh, Steve Harvey.
That's it.
Is it really?
No,
Oh,
dog.
thank God, dude. I was gonna be
Stephen King.
pissed. Oh, okay.
Written enough cool books. You think he could get a statue?
He's made his money.
I mean, well, different.
Well, I mean, he's made the books. He's made the movies. Like, he's had a whole collection.
But he's a proficient enough author to get a statue. Does he get a statue?
I mean, name it.
Maybe in
a
Maine.
statue.
Maybe in Maine he gets a statue.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
Like,
There's probably already there's a museum probably about him.
in Maine. Definitely.
All right, wrap this up. One person that you would give the statue to, make the statue, etc., etc.
Billy Gates.
He's going Billy Gates.
You go. I'm gonna think.
No, that's a cop out.
It is.
3, 2, 1.
No, there's no pressure.
Oh.
Yeah, get ahead with that.
I'm
Think
thinking.
about it. Think about it.
I'm thinking. I don't know what's happening there.
I can't.
What about
Quick,
Dave Grohl? Fucking
Okay.
legend.
All right.
Okay, he goes.
I'm okay with that. That's a decent enough statue. He could get a
I think
statue.
Dave Grohl
Dave
deserves a statue.
Grohl.
He's done a lot of shit. Tenacious D, that band he's in, that other band he's in.
Wasn't Nirvana.
Wasn't. Yeah, wasn't.
Fighters.
Yeah.
Played a tour with a broken leg on a Game of Thrones.
Shit.
chair.
Yeah, that was all right. No, I can respect Dave Grohl enough.
I'm going Tiger Woods.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
How to win, how to hit rock bottom, how to fuck a lot of bitches, how to take steroids, how to win again.
Did you ever get about him getting arrested for the DUI, the OUI, where he was all fucked up on some stuff?
All fucked up.
All right, so
He was running through the cycle. He deserves a statue.
where you put what's the statue looking like? Is it like old Tiger Woods or is it like huge fucking buff Tiger Woods nowadays?
Old Tiger Woods was pretty buff.
It was pretty buff, but
He was
not-
taking steroids back.
But he wasn't fucking massive like he is now.
No, he wasn't as big.
So what are you doing? Are you doing like the big Tiger Woods or the fucking massive Tiger Woods?
I think I'm going somewhere in the middle where it's like it's kind of on the second come up, but he still kind of looks a little drug riddled.
Okay. All right. You got it. You got
Well,
to
they're gonna
encompass the whole life. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
the cycle. It's all
Yeah.
about the cycle. Tiger Woods.
Carve a
Like,
couple pills at his feet just to know, he's been there.
yeah. Golf club over his right over his shoulder.
Yeah.
I like it.
All right, topic number 2.
Thank you, Zach.
Zach, fuck off. New company, don't know where they're based out of, have developed technology to display ads on the rear window of your car as you drive. Now the question is it safe? Is the compensation worth it? Now, preface, we don't know the compensation. We don't know how much you're going to make, so don't ask me. Fuck off. How do you guys feel about putting ads in cars? I mean, we currently already have ads in so many places.
I mean, everywhere you look is an ad. But like the safety side of things, nobody gives a fuck about safety. Like they put this blanket over. Like if you're playing Pokemon Go while you're driving, they're like, "Hey, are you a passenger?" And you hit yeah, because obviously, like GPSs, like when you're making something while you're driving, Waze, yeah. All you gotta do is I'm a passenger. It's a cop out. They know it's a cop out.
Yeah, but a window is something that you actually occasionally look out of to see if there's anyone
So
behind you.
it's one way. From the conversation that I had, it's a one way. So you'll be able to look out of it. Yep. But looking in, you see the ad.
Wait, can people who are
How
behind you
inept?
see the ad?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not ads for you driving. It's ads for other people. Yeah.
Okay.
So you can use the window as the window is
It's in
intended.
your rear view window. So when people are behind you, they see an ad while you're driving behind you, and they're like, "Oh, I gotta go fucking get my shit finished. Gotta go."
Okay. All right.
Press
that's
my-
a little
I'm
different.
gonna go get my shit polished.
Yeah.
I
have to bathe my cat.
It's one of those things where I'd be against it at first, but if it's adopted into society, it gets to the point where we can't control if it happens. You buy a new car and it's got ads on it. Pay an extra $10,000, you got no ads in your car, but you might have to.
See, you're looking at it a different way. So I'm looking at it as this is my car. I'm
yeah.
playing an ad. Like I'm playing Google is paying me 6 cents a mile.
Exactly.
Oh, I wasn't looking at it from that side.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it from a less positive view.
They can't sell. They can't charge you more money
No,
to have an adless car. That would be a monopoly, which, while still happens, is technically illegal.
Disney.
right now.
But yeah, no. We're looking at it as I'm Dan Marlboro's company. I'm paying you per mile just for having it on and whatever it's going to be, and you play my ad in the back of your car.
Yeah.
Okay.
I fucking hate it. And I don't
wise or on your car.
Well, I hate driving.
I also hate driving.
I hate wise people. I hate ads.
But what if it was like passive income, just enough where like you already drive and you might as well make a little bit of money?
No, I'm fine with ads. That's not the place I want to see him though.
Okay.
The road rage would, for so many people, would go from here.
If I saw a fucking
would go from here. Like, dude, can you imagine? like, I don't know, you didn't pay your child support and it's like an ad for fucking what is it, I don't know. There's some ad for something that you clearly either didn't do or needed to pay for, and then they just brake check you, and you're just like, fuck, and then all of a sudden you see that ad and you're like,
yeah. Would that be associated? So if like Coca-Cola had an ad in a car and that car was driving like a dick, would that bring down your view of Coca-Cola?
Yes, 100%.
So like this dude brake checks you, like cuts you off.
That's a whole other thing.
Going to buy a Pepsi.
Smart.
Yeah, because right now, I mean, if we're trying to get that Miller Lite sponsorship, Miller Lite, but if we did something bad that Miller Lite didn't like, Miller Lite,
if we said some stupid shit,
yeah, would they be like, no, that's bad for our brand and not want it, Miller Lite? So
it's possible, but I bet you that just like any other type of ad campaigns, they're all just about getting eyes on it.
Yep, and any publicity is good publicity.
Right.
If I was a road rage lawyer, throw it on there.
I just know personally that like that would be like seeing that ad on the back of the window after you've already hit that level would like just set you over the edge.
Yeah,
just set you over the edge to where like I'm all for like when they talk about length of play in games, and they talk about how in soccer in Europe, they put ads on the jerseys and stuff like that so that they can limit commercials.
Yep.
100% for using that type of thing. You know what I mean? Which is similar to a car.
Yep.
But a car, I don't know. I don't think I can get down with it.
I guess if, with your philosophy of putting ads on a car, if I could have less ads in the radio by playing ads on my car, I'd be okay with that. If I could get constant music,
to the radio?
I don't. But me personally, I don't. But I know enough people that do listen to the radio, and the biggest issue with it is ads. I can play Spotify, and it's adless,
Yeah, right.
or pay for Pandora. But if I did listen to the radio, they do have their ads. If I can get you straight talk radio without the ads, without them saying things because I'm playing in the back in the car, I'd be all right with that. I think it's a decent enough trade-off.
I think I got a real piece of shit view on this because honestly, like, I'm fine with the ad being on my car because fuck you, but I don't want to see you in my car. Okay. So that's, hey, that's just sometimes how ship floats. We're going to go to topic number 3.
Trace.
We're going to shift gears here for our Twitch followers. We're going to hit loot boxes. Gambling and how it affects kind of the kids that are growing up in this age where you can buy all these add-ons for these games, and especially things that cost a nominal value that have no guarantee of any certainty.
Yeah.
And kind of how that's come about in the last, few years.
So as a person that plays games, if it's purely cosmetic, if it doesn't give you a benefit in the game at all, I don't care. If it's, $1 for a loot box that gets you like a new skin or like a new looking gun, like that skins and stuff.
Let's exclude anything that's Star Wars-esque.
Like the EA.
Yeah. Like I'm excluding pay to play type things.
Okay.
The difference
because that's ridiculous.
I think across the board,
that's like I think unanimous. Everyone's like, why would I? It's like paying for a better weapon in the game that you should just have to do some insane thing that you would not want to do anyway.
Well, I think the big thing is there's 2 types of loot boxes. There's randomized and there's what you're getting. And The randomized ones are more like gambling because you don't know if you're going to get the thing you want, and you got to keep paying to buy loot boxes to hopefully get that thing. So, like everyone's favorite game, Fortnite, you know what you're getting when you pin them. Like you're getting that skin. Something like Overwatch, you don't know. You're just blasting loot boxes,
and you
hoping
get
you get this. That's the
things.
gambling thing. That's the.
But you get rare. You could get rare.
Yeah.
Content, right?
Yeah. You get a rare skin. You look cooler than what you did before.
Yeah.
But you got to invest a lot more to hopefully get it than know exactly what you're getting.
And even to touch on that, I mean, like Fortnite just announced they made $1 billion in in-game purchases because the game is free. And they made $1 billion on people buying skins and
but they don't have the mystery loot boxes, right?
Correct,
Because that's definitely different.
Yep, you see a guy wearing a firefighter, you buy it.
Because that's not even like a how do I put this? When I think of loot boxes, I guess I naturally think more that they're randomized.
They're randomized,
Yeah. Like when someone says that to me, it's definitely more of a randomized type deal. So other than that, it's just buying in-game content.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true. Sorry, that's not so much a loot box, the Fortnite skin.
You know what I mean?
You're still paying for something.
Yeah, you're paying for in-game purchases.
But for the randomized loot boxes,
you think it affects people? You think you think there's some sort of rush that comes with this, kind of like a drug?
Actual
for these,
gambling?
But yeah, kind of like
definitely. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And obviously it's the hope of getting something that's worth more than the loot box is worth, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think there's also a little bit just like actual gambling where you pay money and you have the chance of winning something big. With these randomized ones, they have the basic common things, and they have these legendary things that make you feel special.
Yeah.
I got something that somebody else didn't get, or that somebody else had a hard time getting. And I think that, going back, whoever, I think G said this one, thanks G, said something about, how is it affecting kids? Kids are either taking their parents' card and just throwing money to get what they want compared to earning it. I'm not talking like the kids today versus like what we did back in the day, like having to work for something compared to just paying for it or whatever. But there has to be something said to that effect. These kids are taking mommy and daddy's credit card, throwing it into Overwatch, and then getting a Genji skin and being proud of themselves.
Yeah.
Well, you lost me a little bit there. If you're able to take mommy and daddy's credit card, then shame on them.
Agreed. But for Fortnite, where you're getting that audience.
I would always remember that Genji skin as the time I got my ass beat. And that would not be a prideful moment of my life. You know what I mean? It'd be like, yeah, I remember loot boxes. I got that Genji skin. Got my ass beat.
And an ass whooping.
Whew.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't think it's a positive effect on kids today with the gambling and everything.
No,
I don't think it's a negative effect.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a super negative effect.
Especially when you talk to people and they're dropping Fortnite free game. Even Overwatch nowadays, you can buy the whatever edition it was.
Mm-hmm.
It's like $20.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yet, you talk to a lot of people who play this game frequently. It's like, well, I've spent $300, $400, $500 in game, and I'm just like, damn, dude, I make one $40 RPG last 300 hours.
Right.
Shit.
Right.
My dad. You ever play that mobile Simpsons game where you build a town?
Yep.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
My dad, you could buy the currency was donuts in that game.
Yep. Big pink donuts.
And my dad just sorry, Dad, but he maxed out a credit card on buying donuts for that game.
Damn.
Why?
Dude,
Town.
I know people that do that have spent a shitload of money on games.
Yeah.
I see it. I see it from multiple sides. So there are other people who don't do other things. I play a mobile game, and I know people that only play that game. This girl works, and she plays this game, and she spent a ton of fucking money in this game. But that's our entertainment. For us, we go out, we drink, we play soccer, we'll go out to a show. Those are things we find entertaining.
I don't do anything. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I play soccer with you from time to time.
We don't do anything on this podcast. We only talk.
We just speak 24 hours, 365.
Literally, I never move. We sleep.
But if you take that,
Matt never
money,
takes that flannel off. Fuck the money. How's it smell?
Just put it on Christmas season.
Sounds
What
pretty
does it
good.
smell like?
Sounds pretty
First of the
good.
season. Smell like
Lumber.
pumpkins and roses.
Lumber, because I'm cutting wood.
I
Not quite.
highly doubt that.
Highly doubt that.
Next week, Matt's gonna cut wood. We're gonna
Priest is full of
The
it.
priest
I want
is
a
full of
picture.
wood.
I want a picture of you chopping some wood, and it's gonna go on the next title screen of Curry and Coffee Podcast.
Can you not wear an undershirt while you do it?
Sure, yeah.
Got it.
Fly.
I got it all day.
No
Done.
pants, just fly.
Done. I mean, if that's their lives, then whatever. It is.
Yeah, that's it. Like, because if you encompassed all that money that we've been spending on soccer and shows and beer and lots of beer, Miller Lite specifically,
Miller Lite specifically.
and then just apply that to a game that you had take up all that extra hours that we do during other things, then I guess it doesn't matter too much.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you don't
Go
blow your
broke.
life savings or
Exactly.
anything like that.
Exactly.
But I mean, hey, just another. It just seems like another form of gambling, and it just might be a little too. How do I put this? It might be a little too much exposure for an age group that doesn't really need that exposure.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's kind of like it's going to be a stretch.
I'm ready. Yes.
It's what I imagine to kids nowadays who have smartphones when they're like 10 or 12 getting access to porn websites and being able to watch porn
Super strange, but
And-
no, I get it. Yeah,
and being able to like find these things out that you normally would not have found until you
for like
were
another 4 or 5
15,
years.
16, 17, finding these things out when you're like,
Yeah. Yep.
12, 13, because, technology.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, like, I think I speak for myself here and only myself, but maybe you guys also. But like, dude, I didn't find out that like pee wasn't stored in the balls until way later on in life. Like, I was at an age where like, I should not have known. I should have known better.
Where'd you go to high school?
A
Middle
school.
is what I meant to say.
A school.
Yeah.
A school in a town.
Apparently not.
Dude, I don't even remember sex ed in middle school. I don't know if I had it.
Yo, I'm pretty
feel like I
sure.
had to.
Okay, so we're all around the same age, mid to late. We're not that young anymore. And sex ed in high school, I legit, I think I had one health class,
Yeah.
and it wasn't even sex ed. It was one health. It was like health for like 6 months out of all 4 years of high school, like just
Yep.
a handful of classes. And during one of those classes, she was like, "We're going to talk about sex today."
Yep.
And we were like, "Whoa, this is big. This is news. This is different." It's like, instead of just being like, "Yeah, we're going to hit you with a sex ed class once a year. Guys, fucking here's some condoms.
Yep.
Don't fuck up." That would have been really useful.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't remember a sex ed. I don't remember there being like the site
You know what I mean?
condom. Like I don't remember that. I don't remember. It's so much that
Maybe even our age group was already too far technologically advanced. That
Well, they thought we already found it out.
we
yeah,
figured that
like,
out.
what was the point of that?
Yeah.
And maybe there's a whole group of people that are our similar age that are watching or listening right now, and they're being like, "Look at these fucking nerds who didn't know." I don't know if we were in the minority or if we were like the majority of people that knew X and Y.
Yeah.
Like I feel like what I remember from sex ed was just like STDs are and life ending. Like if you get this, like you can't have sex again.
Oh,
ever in your
so
entire life.
don't get me wrong. I don't think I needed a sex ed class. I'm just saying it would have been useful, and I think it would have been useful also to the general public, so that not as many dumb motherfuckers would have had kids when they were like 20. You know what I mean? Like
I don't think that sex ed would have saved those dumb motherfuckers.
maybe, dude. Maybe, dude.
You think so?
Okay, here's my point.
Okay.
You remember when you got you went to driver's ed and you had to sit in the class portion and they showed you the videos that weren't aired in America, they were aired in like the UK.
Yep.
They were super graphic videos and they scared the fucking shit out of you.
No.
What?
What?
Oh
No.
man, I wish I remember
went
the
to
name of
PC
it.
driving school.
There was a name of like the
Yeah,
video they
yeah.
showed you.
So these were like horrific
Oh, dude.
commercials. Yeah, so If anyone in the audience can remember this, yeah, please let us know. Dude, it would be like this dude, and he'd like pull out his phone, and he'd get like decapitated, and they'd show him decapitated.
No, what kind of driver? This is
my
like
driver,
Russian driver.
Yeah,
I was like 16.
Exactly.
Like, I was seeing blood, people splatter on the road on the highway.
Oh, I just had
what the fuck was the name of that? That's gonna piss me off.
I just had this 50-year-old fat dude like reading from a book.
No, exactly.
No.
They showed us the stuff that wasn't allowed in America. They were like, "This is what you need to see," and they were right.
No. Okay.
So imagine if they in health class, Miss T shows you the miracle of childbirth, and you're just like, "Motherfucker, I do not want to sit through that shit." And then the next time, that one time that, you know, you ride dog or no dog, you put that condom on, and then no miracle of childbirth.
Yeah.
Thanks, Miss T.
Yep.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
Did you when you were in driver's ed, did you get the crossbow? Did you get that guy?
I don't think so, no.
So like there was
Crossbow. What's the crossbow?
If you knew so my driver's ed told us about the story of like road rage, and it was this whole thing like it's not worth it.
Oh, the guy got out.
Yeah, guy got out. Like they both pulled over. He went into his trunk, pulled out a crossbow, and shot a guy. Died, killed him. We're on the side of the road. Yeah, went into his trunk, opened up, crossbowed him in the dome.
I think you guys accidentally went into the stunt driver classroom. That's nuts. I never had any of that.
We might have.
So, you know what? Actually, I have a real life example of this. That happened to my dad.
Crossbow or
No,
road
it was
rage?
a crossbow. But it was a
I was like, Jesus
It
Christ.
was a bow and arrow, which is close.
In traffic?
A road rage incident.
Oh, that's great.
Was he playing the Simpsons game?
No, this is pre-iPads.
Okay, all right.
But he road raged, he pulled over on the side of the road, and the guy got out, started arguing with him, walked over his trunk, and started pulling out bow and arrow. I'm not lying. You can ask him about it.
I believe it.
And then he, like, at that point, once he saw him pulling that out, he got in his car and fucking scooted away.
That's exactly what I would do.
I just came back from hunting at 6 a.m.
Okay.
Well, that's probably a true statement.
I have a different way to approach that, though. If me and you are out of our cars because of road rage, I've already snapped.
Yeah, fair enough.
This isn't a discussion.
Fair enough.
This isn't a discussion.
If I'm out of the car.
If I'm out of the car, it's physical. You're not going to your trunk unless you've already, like, put me on the ground or something like that. But, like, I just feel like if I'm out of my car in road rage, it's already enough that it's escalated to something I don't want.
Yep. Yeah, if I'm out the car, how dare you not crack that beer into a mic?
I know.
In the middle of, like,
Well, when I listen
What a
to the last
shame to this podcast.
It hurts when I listen.
Shame! 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 Brought to you by Miller Lite.
Like,
no, if I'm out the car, there's no reason that's happening.
Yeah, like you're out of the car for one specific reason.
If they're
it's
pulling out
to
a
whoop
crossbow,
their ass.
it's not, oh shit, they pulled out a crossbow. It's, oh shit, how do I dodge a crossbow? Like, getting closer to something.
I don't even think so. I think it's beyond that. I think, like, if we're both getting out of our cars, I'm going to be at you before you have any time to be getting crossbows. There we go. Unless you get a crossbow in your front seat, then I'm fucked. Rest in peace.
True.
Did this all come from loot boxes?
I think it came from gambling.
Maybe you get a new skin. Hi, I'm Matt.
Thank you, Giancarlo. Giancarlo. Lucio.
Lazy. Topic number 5.
4.
This week's episode. We're on 4?
I think we're on 4.
2. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Which one are we on? We did statues. So we did.
Hey, let's not run through them. Bad radio.
Agreed. So count them.
What kind we count them?
All right. Topic number 4.
Damn.
We're going to talk about eras, right? A couple people wanted to. We've talked about nostalgia before on this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Some people wanted to kind of talk about certain eras and how they're resurging into today's maybe pop culture, trending, trends and stuff like that. So specifically from the 80s and 90s, because even kids that are 18 years old now never lived in the 90s.
Yep.
So for our generation and anyone else who is anywhere from 23 to 13, I guess.
Yep.
Or, I mean, if 13 we were born in 2000s, but said that, oh, the 90s were the best. You know what I mean? And even kind of here and there, you're seeing a little bit of resurgence of the, 80s pop and, kind of the some of the style, the jean jackets, that kind of thing.
Yep.
Is it kind of a bias from people who grew up in those eras to think of them as their personal golden ages?
Oh, yeah.
And what's the admiration for maybe someone who's 18 who never actually lived in that era? I know it's a long intro, I apologize.
The cool factor of each era rises above everything else. So when you look up that era,
Like
you're finding the cool things about it. So when people think of the 80s, they're thinking of like pop music in that time, Michael Jackson, leather jackets, fucking
Cocaine.
Lots of cocaine. Yeah, things like that. So that's,
Eric Clapton.
Yeah. Living through it
Slowhand.
wasn't all just that cool stuff. There's a lot of stuff.
Okay.
So for the 90s, I feel like I hear that shit all the time though. Now, to roll off what you're saying, I think some of it actually has to do with prosperity also at that given time.
Okay.
Now, I don't understand why everyone our age thinks the 90s was great. I mean, it was prosperous, but it wasn't like booming.
Yeah, like they had some cool shit. But
Maybe more than the 80s, but I think the end of the 90s was on in terms of like economically, right?
Okay.
Was starting to balloon to at a point where it was record breaking in terms of stocks and whatnot. In the 80s, that we were still in the middle of war.
Yeah.
So I think at that time that can also be related because maybe in the 90s growing up, your parents could take you out to eat once a week. When in the 80s, why not? I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
So you ready for my take on why the 90s are cool?
Am I ready?
I don't know.
Give me a sec.
Can you guess why I think they're cool?
Why you think they're cool, or
why
why
I'm
people
smoking the podcast?
or why people think they're cool?
Why people think it's cool, and why people that grew up in it think it's cool.
He's gonna say
Relatability. I'm gonna guess relatability.
Relatability is a huge one, but that's number 2 on my list of why.
I got one.
So
Let's hear it.
Technology. I think between 1990 to 2000 was the biggest technology jump of any decade.
Okay.
And I think that's a huge deal with the world. And I think that because of that, that's why people, especially our age and people even a little bit younger, I think that's why people think that that's the greatest. Because 1990, like, you didn't have a household computer.
Nope.
That wasn't a thing. 2000, we had the internet.
Cell phones.
Yeah, exactly. 2000, like, we had, like, the internet was fucking popping. Like, we had MySpace and shit. And actually, no, it was probably later than that. But I mean, but we still had the internet. The internet was big. It was becoming a thing. And everyone was realizing that this is the next step. I think technology is the big reason why 90s.
Well, kind of. I think the nostalgia of 90s is things before that technology really connected us that way.
But, I mean, even like CDs, cassettes to CDs, that's going to be at the end of the 90s.
Yeah, but
that's a big deal. You went from fucking 6 songs on a fucking cassette to 40.
You need CD now? It's a frisbee. You know what I mean? It's like, I get it, but I think the nostalgia is, we're so connected now. Like in the 90s, I think a lot of the nostalgia value is in like those things you were doing with like an inclusive group of people, or like hobbies and things that you did that were not everyone was included. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, and that's where I think it comes with it. It's more like a self-righteousness of these were things I was only able to do at this age during this time. You know what I mean? And then I think you hit it in the beginning with maybe it's just only the trends from these eras that are progressing.
Definitely, it's just that.
Yeah, it has.
I don't know what trends in the '90s you'd want to keep around. Like, no, I don't want Janko jeans.
I was just about to say, what are you trying to say? You don't want some Janko jeans?
Honestly, like even from like a punk rock kind of alt rock kind of person, I really hate radio '90s music. Like radio '90s music. Ooh. '90s music was good. No, dude, I cannot.
Ooh, I don't know how I feel about this. Like what? Name a '90s
don't
song.
Don't fucking come at me with Nirvana, dude. Like,
yeah, well, Nirvana sucks. I hate Nirvana. Most overrated band of all time. Kyle and the Starry, suck my dick.
You guys like the statue idea, so you can't really back off that.
Well, yeah, but David Grohl is more than Nirvana. Nirvana's like 10% of David Grohl.
Well, you said David Grohl, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I agree with David Grohl.
He was better in Foo Fighters?
Yes. Yes, yeah, Foo Fighters. Yep.
No, dude. Nirvana was
most overrated band of all
time. And even to that point, like even all the other dude, like the '90s was the era of bands that came out and had a radio signal. Wow.
Miller Lite. What a great beer.
Single. Radio signal.
And
no, fair enough.
Like there was the king of one-hit wonders, you know what I mean? From all sorts, Less Than Jake's, and even though they were
two princes, or no, that wasn't the name. That was the name of the song.
There's a reason they're one-hit wonders because you don't know their name because you only know the song.
But they're great songs.
Not really, dude.
That still happens. That's not a. I don't know about that.
I love '90s. Like summer hits the '90s.
Now I hear just about every Imagine Dragons song possible. Like, I don't know if it happens. They should have been a one-hit wonder.
Waking up.
Dude,
I love them.
Give me what's that band? Men at Work. Throw that single on. Dude, I keep wanting to say.
I come from the land down under.
Yeah.
Men at Work. Yeah, I come from the land down under.
Yeah.
Yep.
But they were more popular than that.
I mean, they had that song and they had that one other song that I can't quite remember. YMCA? Was that Men at... No, that was the other.
No.
Well, YMCA had Men at Work as like the construction worker. And, like,
that's true.
So they had Men at Work doing the thing, but whatever.
Weird.
Dude, I love some '90s.
I blame Derek Johnson for that. But,
I don't know, dude. I can't do it. I think '90s, especially '90s radio, was bad. And I like alt rock, and I don't like any of that shit.
Oh man.
I guess I like emo rock more than I like alt rock because I think alt rock just kind of sucks.
I think
it depends.
I love me some '90s.
I mean, 2000s brought us Nickelback, so we'll be remembered.
I knew this was going to be a dividing rift in our podcast. Yeah.
But things in like '90s, comic books. Ripping in the '90s.
Sick VHS videos. Do any of you have a collection of VHS videos?
Still do to this day.
Still do.
I have a crate. Indian in the cupboard. I still have the plastic key that you open up the VHS case with. It's still in my box of VHS.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah. I have like the whole Undead tournament from Dragon Ball Z, like on VHS tape.
Damn.
Like 30 VHS tapes on Dragon Ball Z.
I got one for you. So a lot of like classic things come back into play.
Yeah.
Like a lot of bands today put out cassettes for their thing. They're putting out vinyls of it.
Mm-hmm.
When's fucking Quentin Tarantino gonna release a fucking movie on VHS? Why is that not happening?
Production costs.
Just like you think so? I feel like it can't be like now.
Yeah. I feel like you can take a digitally produced album and press it onto a vinyl for virtually nothing.
Yeah.
The production cost of a movie, but they're like, there's no way we can make our money putting this on VHS unless it's so big that it's like a collector's item. And at that point, it's not really doing something.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair. I still think like if there's this market for old shit. This is market for old like '90s stuff and '80s stuff
for nostalgia, which is ridiculous. People need to get a grip.
I think that's what we gotta start doing. We're gonna start filming our podcast in VHS format from now on.
We're not gonna start filming our podcast.
240p.
240p. I don't think that's even probably too much for VHS.
You think so?
We're probably going to like 60p. It's gonna be 4 pixels on the screen.
Yeah, anything more than 10. I mean, double digits.
But seriously, I think that
there's a market for it, but like I just don't.
once something becomes like super collectible, that's when people start to spend the money for it.
Right.
I bet if Tarantino or some fucking Scorsese made a movie, put it on VHS, and put $100 for each fucking VHS.
It would have to, yeah, but see, like, they would have to do VHS only for it to be rare.
No, that's not true. Because you could have
A copy of whatever movie on they only made 100, they pressed 100 VHS copies of this movie.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
You could release it normally like Blu-ray and everything else, but you get 100 VHS. If you were big enough, I think they could do something.
I think it only worked for like things like at least you can say about a vinyl that there was a certain sound to vinyl that you couldn't that was lost from the translation to a CD, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Where there's still some type of usefulness for it. Not really, but like, it provides you something that you don't get in a CD. When you watch a VHS tape, you're like, I could just be doing this way better than I currently am. Like, there's no
True.
There's no really draw towards it. It's not, I don't know. I don't know really how to describe old video games. They get just some type of appeal. But when you watch VHS, it's really no reason.
I haven't watched VHS in years.
Yeah.
There's no particular reason to be watching a VHS compared to
That's
any
an
other
example
format.
of the eras for something that wasn't at the top of. It's a nostalgia thing, but it's not going back to like what we're talking about, which is like why are these eras coming back and they're significant?
It's not because of VHS.
VHS is not one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like I said, it's things that were like, you know what? It's probably more things that have transcended like our digital age more and stayed consistent. Like music is obviously one thing. Like music trends repeat. That's going to be something. But what's something you could think that, like, say from the 90s, has stayed unchanged until now, into the 2000s? Tupperware. I think you're going back beyond the 90s for that, but.
Well, you had pirates back in the day, but
yeah, that's true.
That's the immediate first thought.
I don't know if I can tell you anything. It would be fashion and/or music. It's the only thing that really live on.
So is that what those eras live on?
Fashion and music, which is reoccurring.
They're cyclical. They're gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why do you think we come to endgame here? Why do you think we come to a back in my day bias? When people say, "Well, back in my day, this is how we used to do it."
I think things change too frequently, and it goes out of what we're used to.
Right.
And you either adapt or stay the same.
It comes down to culture.
Yeah.
Really, at the end of the day, I think that the culture changes.
The best term.
The music and fashion, they happen as cycles and they repeat and they come back up. The culture changes. So when someone says back in my day, they really were actually relating to the culture of that day and use these things X, Y, and Z how to relate that to it.
Yeah, that's the best way to put it. Culture. I don't think I've ever used back in my day.
No, I don't feel like I would ever really want to use that.
I've said it like as a joke. Like I'm like, oh, back in my day.
I can only say it for one instance and mean it, and that's it. There's only one situation that I could legit say that and mean it. And when we were kids, back in my day, I used to be outside and go outside and see people playing outside and like always be doing things and it would all over town, everywhere, not just where we lived, just like everywhere you went, people were outside doing shit. I don't even go up the street anymore. No, there's no kids outside.
So I agree. Nobody goes outside anymore.
Yeah.
But they didn't have the internet. They didn't have online gaming. We didn't have all that stuff.
Which is why I'm saying it's the only one back in my day thing that I could say, and it's like, I don't want to go back in my day. Like, I wish these kids might be able to experience something like that. Like,
And they're definitely there's definitely the anomaly of the kids that are out there like having fun.
Yeah, for sure.
But definitely the majority is playing Fortnite, buying skins.
Like I remember almost getting hit by a car on multiple occasions throughout my life, and I don't think I've driven up a hill ever worried about running some kid over, like chasing a skateboard. You know what I mean?
Back in my day, dying was probably more frequently
a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, death was definitely more of a thing.
My best friend got hit by a car. Dude got fucked up. Across the street, grabbed the wiffle ball, turned around, came back, boom. Fucking launched.
Exactly.
You
You know how many times that almost happened?
Yeah. That shit doesn't happen
My
anymore.
mom got run over when she was like 16.
See?
Over her foot, and it's been not the big of a problem, but now that she's older, it's coming
It's
back.
becoming a problem.
Foot
Damn.
is terrible. So.
Damn.
Shit, dangerous times back in the day.
Stay safe, play Fortnite.
Stay safe, play Fortnite. Yeah.
To encompass everything, stay safe, play Fortnite, don't drive behind people with road rage.
Don't play Fortnite.
Wear
Fuck
condoms.
off. Fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off. Don't listen.
We're talking about skins. We're talking about blind gambling stuff.
Skins my ass. Wiffle ball my ass. What's it mean to be a punk?
What's it mean to be a punk?
What's it mean to be a cyberpunk?
Fuck rules. Oh, cyberpunk. Ooh, okay. All right, so I feel like, ooh. All right, so cyberpunk, blue or pink, light blue or pink.
Yeah.
Only colors you got.
Neon.
Yeah, neon.
Yeah. Well, I feel like those only comes in two colors.
If you don't hack, get the fuck out.
Yeah.
of here.
Green. It's all about hacking.
It has to be
If you
the
don't
hacking.
hack shit, get the fuck
Has to be the hacking. Have to have like long hair, but also shaved hair.
One half is shaved.
You have to have both.
Yeah.
Do you have to be an
100%.
anarchist? You kind of have to hate the man.
Definitely.
You definitely have to have some type of a hate the man thing.
Well, I don't think being an anarchist is hating the man. I think being an anarchist is just like anarchy. Like, I'm just going to let it
Complete chaos.
I'm gonna let it be how it is.
You can't have a cause. Your cause is ultimate destruction.
I watched The Dark Knight the other day, and the Joker has a line about how chaos is the only fair thing in life,
Mhm.
and I was like, damn, flipping coins and shit for death. And but it's there's like a little bit of truth involved there.
Yeah.
Like chaos is the only one that's fair. Like
Yeah.
either one way or another, like it's not really fair. Like, chaos is just like, well, this is how I think it's fair. That's how I'm doing stuff.
You ever
And
flip
that's where I think anarchy falls in.
Yeah, you ever flip a coin, like, where am I going to go out to eat tonight? And then you flip it, and you get heads, and you're like, feel this rush. You're like, wow, the chances. And you go to who knows?
That was complete fucking mayhem, right? To decide
mayhem.
that.
Just to flip the
Between
coin.
Bugaboo Creek and fucking 99.
And,
It was like 3 people who
that's
know
some 90 shit right there, dude. Hey, I'm going to eat while the animals I'm eating are talking to me. That's a cool idea, right? Whatever Brainiac pops
It's
in.
so funny, like how I'd love to go to Bugaboo Creek for that, but now I fucking hate it. It's like
I don't think it exists.
animatronic shit.
I don't think it exists
It
anymore.
has to somewhere.
Yeah.
I doubt they're gonna.
Maybe. So, what about cyberpunk, the genre? Because it was super popular, speaking of 80s and 90s, because that's when cyberpunk became a thing with Neuromancer, right? The novel. Originally a book translated into Blade Runner, one of the first. It originally was a book, and it wasn't called.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it
Because I was gonna
wasn't
say, I was
called-
like, whatever word you just said, I have no idea what that means.
and it was not called Blade Runner.
Run later. Just
Hmm.
guessing.
It might have been something like that.
Okay.
Run Blader.
Those were the first depictions of kind of that world. You know what I mean?
Yep.
A futuristic world where it's the street itself, like down on the street, is kind of grimy. It's kind of that grimy, dirty,
Yeah.
futuristic.
Slummy.
Yeah, where people are like half broken apart, but they're filled with these cybernetic limbs and stuff like
Yep,
that.
yep.
Dangerous
Well,
across
like,
the corner.
there's always this kind of like utopia of people that live above them in either
Literally and figuratively.
yeah, one way or another. And these people wrote it to test. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's more of a drastic situation than the actual state of society.
Okay.
So that genre kind of did its thing, but it's kind of just always that. So it eventually faded, right? Do you think it do you think it itself as a genre that it's too loose for that, or that's what it's defined by?
It's tough. I don't think that. I feel like if I was a cyberpunk and somebody called me a cyberpunk.
You're not a cyberpunk?
I'm not a cyberpunk.
Dan, I thought you were.
What a tweeze.
What a
No
tweeze.
implants.
What a tweeze.
What a
I feel
tweeze.
like if I was a cyberpunk and somebody called me a cyberpunk, I'd like scoff at them, like how dare you?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and I don't know where the next step would be. But do we have cyberpunks? Have you ever met a cyberpunk? Does a cyberpunk exist?
Nah, just people who thought who were cosplaying as like steampunk type people. No, because it's always it's a loose genre, is what it really is.
Bill Gates is a cyberpunk.
Bill Gates got arrested for stealing a tractor trailer, bulldozer thing. And he ran over a whole bunch of stuff while he was hammered.
Chaos.
So maybe it is a cyberpunk.
There you go.
Billy Gates gets a statue as a cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk is always popular. We got the video game coming out, Cyberpunk 2077,
True.
which depicts that world.
It's been popular, but it I feel like it went from like adored theme, fresh, new, to kind of flavor of the month, to used in commercials, to kind of just like this outdated idea. Like, you know,
Well, it's just becoming
how
more-
many movies and shit have you seen about being a cyberpunk?
Yeah, I guess it's just becoming more real. Like when it was thought up, it was like a dream of like that kind of world. But as technology grows, like internet, computers, hacking, things like that, it's kind of like a. Do you think Anonymous are cyberpunks?
No.
Yeah,
They don't do enough badass things. It's not enough.
I think some of the shit they do is pretty badass. I fuck with
Yeah,
badass.
okay. I shouldn't have said that. You know, fuck, I should have said that word. They don't do enough badass things. From a perspective of the world. Like, it's not like this rainy, dreary world where this hacker, like, fucking turns over a bank that some fucking slave owner owns. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
ridiculous shit.
Yeah, like really Robin Hood-y type shit.
Yeah, story type stuff. It's more bland, you know. The world's bland. It's like things that happen like that. You don't know they happen. They're not, you know. Anonymous.
I love Anonymous.
Not me too.
So, have you guys ever seen the trailer for Ocean's 11? I know this sounds out of left field, but the female of Ocean's 11.
I didn't watch much of that series.
It was alright, but in I didn't see the movie, but it appears that Rihanna plays a cyberpunk in this movie.
Okay.
She seems like she's this nerdy computer hacker type, but also like dreads and a shaved head and everything. But she plays this cyberpunk thing, so it's getting to a popular phase. So has it? I'm trying. I can't.
I think it's no. I think it was way. I think it was before Rihanna. I think it was already way more popular.
Of course, like so you have Blade Runner,
Mm-hmm.
but other than that, I can't think of Ready Player One. Does that count?
But that's way new.
But that's what I'm saying, it's
I'm
new.
sure you can name a million movies.
I can't. That's what I'm saying. I can't think
Yeah,
of.
we can't, but I'm sure you can.
I like to think I'm pretty. I like to think I'm pretty cultured.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
But no, like I think I know some things, and like I've seen some movies, and and I can't. Nothing is coming to my mind of things that are cyberpunky. There's a movie called Sneakers that came out that was a bunch of hackers, but they weren't cyberpunks. They were like
You ever watched
hacker
the
nerds.
movie AI?
Yeah,
Oh,
with
Steven?
Willie Smith.
No, Steven
No.
Spielberg.
Yeah, it was with the
iRobot was Will
was
Smith.
with the
Sorry.
boy.
Oh yeah, Robin Williams.
Uh,
He was the robot, right?
no, it was a young boy.
He was the young boy in the robot. The robot was.
No.
Are we sure on this?
Where's
It was a young boy and a young boy, and one was a real boy, and he was in a coma, and so they got a artificial intelligent kid, their kid kind of to replace their kid, and then he woke up.
have you seen the Sixth Sense?
Yeah.
It's that kid.
Oh, Sora from Kingdom Hearts.
Okay.
God fucking damn it.
Yeah. What's his name? Macaulay Culkin. Not Macaulay Culkin.
He kind of looks like Macaulay Culkin.
He was Mac on Always Sunny.
Yeah, Ronnie McDavid.
Not Ronnie McDavid. Keep going. I'll come up with it. So AI kids.
I'm just saying, there's a million movies like that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That did come out that were issued like that. A lot of anime that came out like that. Ghost in the Shell, I would say, is a hugely successful
Yeah,
series.
fair enough.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay. Ghost
That
of
was on
That's
the
still fairly recent. The movie version, the
the older movie, yeah. Well, end of the 90s.
Was it a series or was it a movie?
There was a series. It's
Before?
both.
Okay.
I want to say it was a series first.
Yeah.
And then they started to come out with Ghost in the Shell movies. So.
But that's a big.
What's that movie? Mad Max? Would you consider that any type of, or is that just pure anarchy?
That's definitely anarchy. There's no cyber to that at all.
But wasn't the whole story of that about like a society that was done in?
Yeah, I think it was like a rundown everything.
Yeah.
And then just fucking, I said Chris Pratt. It's not his name.
Chris Pratt.
It's not his name.
You're on the name game.
He plays Venom. His name is Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
There you go.
And so Tom Hardy just running around, driving tractor trailers.
You're so cultured.
Sniff, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Speaking of culture, indulge yourself. Watch the Curry and Coffee podcast.
Thank you.
This has been episode 5.
Dude, we're getting there, man. We're almost to 2 hands.
Still on one hand.
Almost. One hand.
Still on one hand. Check us out, Twitch, live every Friday at 8:30 p.m. We edit the videos. They should be up on YouTube this week.
Yes, sir.
Clips, hopefully. Every Tuesday, Wednesday, we're going to hit you up for topics, please. Anything you want to hear discussed. We'll try our best. You know what I mean?
Anything.
Have a good night.
Thank you.